any of the music that we are about to play. I am just a fan of the artist, and I thank you again to all the creators for the sets and for the help with some of the belts that I got, as well as the high-quality wrestlers that you fans and friends supplied to our show. So we're about to kick off, so hopefully everyone enjoys it. And as always, my chat is open, as it says down at the bottom. And feel free to chat live with me in the YouTube chat. I do interact with fans, so be on there as yourself, as a fan, or as a CAW that is not active at the time. So hopefully you guys all enjoy. I'm getting ready to turn things over to our host, Stephen Benoit Jericho. So again, hopefully you all enjoy our little show. Welcome everyone to San Diego, California. This is your host, Stephen Benoit Jericho, and this, again, is episode 6 of the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance. We're going to kick things off right off the bat with some women action here, as we have two former tag team partners of the Lady Havoc faction. Both of them were basically friends, and Crystal Frost was the girlfriend of Michael Blaze. And this is Tatum here that's taking her on. Tatum with a suplex here, fired up early on, trying to take an advantage of basically Crystal's slow start. Both of these ladies are high flyers, so we're going to see a lot of action here. Just want to say thank you for checking in there. I think that's Bad TNA. And then XWC Extreme Wrestling, thank you for checking in. Tatum seems to have an early advantage, trying to, it's against her normal game plan. She's slowing things down a little bit. Crystal Frost wants no part of slowing things down. A little springboard kick to the head. Tatum is feeling it. She is still withering in pain, holding the side of her face. She caught that heel. Crystal and Michael were dating. Yes, Noah. Tatum with a huge shoulder does a sort of a backflip and then comes back with another shoulder in Crystal's gut. Not giving in, picking her up, carrying her into a backbreaker. Not one, picks her up again. Two backbreakers, and then just tosses her on the canvas. Tatum showing off some power here. You can tell she's been hitting the gym. Look at the abs on her now. Crystal Frost now taking her turn on top as she's driving Tatum's face to the canvas. Not even going to mention this pin because we know this isn't going to go very far. This was more of a showing off tactic here by Crystal, maybe going for a cheap one just to kind of try to show some dominance, and show dominance here, stomping on the ribs and just dragging that sole of her boot across the side of the face of Tatum, wrenching that arm back. Crystal now getting all fired up. She's sensing that the tides are changing here. Little swinging neckbreaker DDT variant. Tatum is hurt. She's probably still feeling the pain from that early on springboard kick. And there's a neck snap. Crystal's not letting up. She's going straight for the headshots over and over again. Maybe she knows something that we don't from their years of being tag partners. Here's another spring and a triangle drop kick to the head. Crystal not letting down. She's setting her up for something here. Tatum's up and groggy. Springs in. Oh, she just barely catches the booty to the back. Just enough to knock Tatum off balance here. Not quite the finishing move that Crystal was looking for, but seemed to take her down nonetheless. And now Crystal setting her up for a big move. Shot to the gut. Is it going to be a pedigree? No, she's got her up on her shoulder. Spins her around into a neck breaker. Did you see that, folks? What a neck breaker from Crystal Frost as she picks up a win over her former tag partner, Tatum, here. And we're right back into the action. We basically had a second to go and have a couple commercials, which we don't want to show everybody here. We sort of speed through those commercial break, and now we have DD. That's D&D, folks. Don't get that confused with the superstar Devil Dog, DD. This is D&D. Drake and Duke. They are doing battle here against Wolfpack. Wolfpack making their HWA debut. Noah, Miss Brooklyn is not part of HWA. There have been some contract rumors going around, but I'm not sure if that's really a thing, as now York is tagged in here. Evan Rude taking a seat. He wasn't in there very long. From what I've seen of Wolfpack, they are very similar to D&D. There should be a lot of quick in and out tagging going on, some high flying moves. York tossing him up over the ropes, going out now. These guys are all little high flyers, but apparently they like to take things out to no man's land outside the ring here as well. Out with a big boys play and a neck breaker down onto that concrete floor with that thin padding. That padding, I think, is only like a ½ inch thick. Dungeons and Dragons, Noah, you talk more crap than anyone I've ever seen, but you did back it up as you picked up a huge victory last episode against a champion of the East Coast, Trey Jeter. Noah, if you're up for it, you can jump on here and come on live chat with us since you're not battling this week. I believe this is Drake in the ring now. Duke on the outside. Evan Rude tagged back in. Looks like some double team action here. They've got him up, and it's a double backbreaker. Tags in Duke. Duke comes flying through. There's a back elbow. Springs back up to his feet, but so does Evan Rude. Rude, the first one swinging in here, catches him. He's got him up in the air to a pile driver. Package pile driver for a pin with just a 1 count. Standing here toe-to-toe, trading blows, these two. Back on the outside. This time Evan Rude sort of takes the most out of the exchange as he's down on his face back in the ring now. Rude still with the upper hand as he Irish whip him in the corner. Comes with an elbow. Coast to coast and back across the ring to a drop kick to the side of the head. Duke is down. Duke is hurt. Comes up and he rolls into a senton. Evan Rude, no signs of slowing down. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to make sure that this gets onto our page here. Seemed to have had a problem. Now it is officially up onto the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance site, so you can all jump on and enjoy. Evan Root is a current CWP champion. I see that. I didn't know that he beat Scott Toffick for it. This guy, Maniac, we've been seeing a lot of posts about him on the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance page. I'm not exactly sure 100% who he is because our interview didn't last very long. Asked one question. He had a pretty intense and in-depth sort of history that he shared with us. And then, for some reason, he decides to throw a cigarette butt at me, lit, getting ashes all over my clothes, and just a total sign of disrespect. I hope he doesn't have anything personal against me, but it wouldn't be the first time that I had these heel wrestlers trying to show dominance. Evan Root, a shot to the gut. Here's that. Oh, he goes up with sort of a modified angle slam. This could be it. There's the 3 count. Evan Root takes him out. And the Wolfpack pick up a win here in their debut. What is this? It's Dale Lee. And this appears to be Blade Wyatt. Dale Lee meeting with Blade Wyatt here. And folks, they're shaking hands. What business could Dale Lee have with Blade Wyatt, folks? Very interesting yet disturbing happenings here, as now we're back into sort of a grudge match. We've got Ricky Armstrong, who did battle against William Black last episode, and the man in the ring with him, Alex Norton, tossed in a chair to Black, which Black used to pummel Ricky in the middle of the ring. The referee was distracted, so because of those chair shots, Black was able to pick up a win. So now Ricky comes in, and he gets a shot at Black's tag partner, as there he is. I was just going to mention Alex Norton as he clotheslines Armstrong out of the ring over that top rope. Now this is where Ricky loves to be. I'm not so sure it was a real smart decision by Norton here to take Ricky outside the ring. Ricky, one of the most well-known, historic, hardcore icons that wrestling has ever seen here. Yeah, I'm definitely not sure if I'm digging the deep gold tan that Dale Lee seems to be sporting these days, Noah, but he likes it. He's healthy. He's making a lot of money here, and one of the reasons he's making so much money is this man in the ring right now. He's been the manager of Ricky Armstrong over the course of his career. He's definitely pretty good at his job, that's for sure. And again, now here we go. Ricky up on, and he slammed down onto the apron. Alex Norton trying to take Ricky Armstrong out. I'm not sure what Norton and Black of the Disciples have against Ricky, but they sure have had his number over the past couple of weeks. Armstrong battling back in those vicious shots. Ricky may be getting old, but I definitely know I don't want to be clubbed by those blows. Those punches are like being hit with a cinder block, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky now taking the upper hand, and he's just tossing Norton around. More of those vicious cinder blocks pummeling the face of Norton. Ricky well in control here. Just sort of tossing Norton around. Norton's no slouch as we've seen either. He's going to definitely fight back, and he catches Ricky with a knee. Ricky, well aware of the position he's in, rolls out of the ring to try to catch his breath and sort of get the cobwebs out there after that knee shot. Norton here, very well aware of who he's in the ring with, as he is right back on Ricky. I was kind of worried Norton started showing off a little bit in the ring, but then he was quick to realize who was standing there on the outside as he jumped right back down into the fray. After 20 plus years of doing battle in these EFED rings, we've got to wonder how much more Ricky Armstrong has left in the tank. You've got to know that he definitely has a lot of aches and pains. I'm not sure what Ricky does every morning in order to keep going, but here he still is putting on a show. Well, Mr. Maniac, I'm not going to let you intimidate me. I'm just here doing my job. I mean, like I said, it's not the first time that I've had a professional wrestler try to intimidate me. I'm sure it won't be the last. Not exactly sure what you have for an issue with me, but hopefully you can pay more attention to, your opponents than some overaged announcer. This man right here, Ricky Armstrong, Mr. Maniac, this is the quality of superstar that you have to look forward to being in the ring for, and that right there rings Alex Norton's bell. That's what you should be worried about, Mr. Maniac. That man right there, the hardcore icon, picks up a huge win. And who is this? This is Blade Wyatt. What's he doing in the ring? These two have a long history of wars. Blade hauls off. Blade clotheslines Ricky. What is Blade's problem? Ricky is down and Blade is... He's waving somebody else to the ring. Ricky's waving... Alex Norton's back in the ring. And this is William Black. William Black and Alex Norton of the Disciples are in the ring standing side by side with Blade Wyatt putting the boots to Ricky Armstrong, folks. What is going on here? First we see Dale Lee shaking hands with Blade Wyatt. Now Blade Wyatt and the Disciples stomping out Ricky Armstrong after he beats Alex Norton. We have got to look more into that, folks. But in the meantime, we have two men both making their HWA debut here. I don't know how they're going to follow up that action, but we've got Blackheart, Tony Loco, taking on Bull. This should be a pretty good mix of skills and styles here as Blackheart comes up with a clothesline. Bull down, Blackheart with an early pin attempt. Bull more of a powerhouse style where Tony Loco definitely has the speed advantage. And Noah definitely, damn, after that clothesline we saw and then the beatdown under Ricky Armstrong. It's hard to stay focused after that, folks, but let's try to get back into this ring as we see Bull putting the torque on Loco's arm. That could have popped the elbow out of socket right there, folks. Loco may have the speed advantage, but if he doesn't have all his appendages, I don't know what type of advantage that's going to give him. And now Bull trying to take the quickness away by driving those knees down into the ground now. For those listening, I know there's probably a hum. The air conditioning is down here in my booth, so I've got that fan going. Eric Willie, the vice president, showing up here now. Hopefully you're enjoying the action so far up in your skybox there, Eric. I know you're here live in Cali with us tonight. Bull still large and in charge. He's taken the speed factor away from the legs of Tony Loco. Loco trying to battle back here. Maybe he's trying to slow things down just to regain some feeling in his legs and make sure those knees are okay so he can continue his normal attack. Bull with that power, he carries him all across the whole ring and power bombs him into that top turnbuckle. That is a thin padding on that turnbuckle, and then there's that large steel eye lip that holds those cables into the buckles to allow that square shape here. Tony Loco just has the small of his back driven into one of them. A little surprising quickness from Bull. Bull picks up a win here in dominant faction. Good debut for him, not so good for Tony Loco. And now we're right back into the ring here. We've got tag team action as we've got Aces and Spades in the ring against Generation. Generation making their first in-ring appearance. We saw them last episode come out with their leader Will King, as Will King basically put the boots to Tyrone. Tyrone was out here announcing that he was going to have the left open roster spot from Gorilla Cruz. And look at that springboard over that top rope, driving the head of, I believe it's Aiden Bass in that corner. Hard to follow the action. There's power bomb down on the bottom side. In the ring, we've got Antonio King, we've got Prince J, and then we've got Braden and Aiden, the Bass brothers, part of Generation. I don't see Will King out here. Will King is usually in the corner of Generation during their matches, but I'm not quite sure where he is right now. Doesn't appear that either team really has the upper hand, as we've got one member of each sort of in control of their opponent. It looks like Prince J is in the ring with, it looks like Braden Bass, and Aiden is down on the outside in your left corner of the ring with Antonio King, as King hits a clothesline here. Still, neither team with the advantage. It looked like King was going to set him up for some sort of move. His head was hanging outside onto the apron, but Bass was quick to slide out of the way here. Now the Bass brothers are in control. Aiden and Braden Bass in control finally of the Spades. Kind of a cocky pin. Oh, I was expecting a pin count here. We see that often from the big man, that 1 foot pin. I'm not sure if he's ever gotten a pinfall from it, but he likes to use it and show off here, as the Generation showing off a little dominance. King battling back in the ring. Indeed, it's been a very good show. Real interesting here. We've got a pin in the ring. We've got Antonio King. I didn't catch all that happen, but Antonio King picking up a pinfall victory in the ring here. I'm going to have to rewind myself to see how King got the win. King signaling for Prince J to come in the ring and celebrate with him. I'm not sure where Prince is. Prince must be hurt. He still hasn't made his way. What's going on here? Blade Wyatt. Blade Wyatt coming back to the ring. What could he want now? Appears Blade has something to say.
HWA. It's about time you know who's behind this mask. As we have been attacking Ricky Armstrong and making his life a living hell. And now, Nick Bruiser and the rest of the hardcore division on HWA will know the leader of the disciples. I am Blade Wyatt.
Holy shit, folks. I guess that explains it now. Blade Wyatt is the leader of the disciples. That is why they're going after Ricky Armstrong, because of the history these two have. Blade Wyatt calling out the whole hardcore division. And this, in the ring now, is one of the top superstars in that division. He's probably ranked number 2 right behind Ricky. This is Nick Bruiser in there, taking on King Kareem. Both of these two men, again, making their debuts, the second set of debut matches. Our referee a little bit shaken up after that. I'm kind of concerned. He's holding his head. Hopefully he can continue. He signals that he's all set. We started sending in a backup ref out there just in case, but Earl signaled to us that he is okay and will continue to officiate this match. And King Kareem with a slam. You don't see a lot of people manhandle Bruiser like this. Kareem's got him by the scruff of his neck. Slams Bruiser on his face. We see Nick Bruiser do that to a lot of people. Maybe a little bit of showboating here as he's using Bruiser's own move against him. Nick Bruiser stomping from head to toe of King Kareem now. Kareem, a tough son of a bitch. That one little pin attempt isn't going to keep him down. We've got to see a lot more damage done here, folks. That was a vicious shot. You saw that elbow. That elbow from King Kareem caught Bruiser right on the temple. Bruiser is feeling it. Bruiser's still in a daze, and King Kareem just mauling him like a savage animal here. How often do you ever see Nick Bruiser in his whole career just be tossed around like this? We've seen Bruiser get hurt, definitely, but I don't know if I've ever seen him be manhandled. And speaking of manhandled, Bruiser, gorilla press into a slam. King Kareem has to be 280. And Nick Bruiser, there it is, gives him a taste of his own medicine as he lifts Kareem up by his face and then slams him back down. That's the Nick Bruiser that we're used to seeing, folks. Now it's about to get interesting. This is where Nick Bruiser loves to be. I'm sensing things are about to change right here. Bruiser with that big right clubbing blow. He's got him clawed by the face, and then he slams Kareem down. I'm not sure if this one's going to get back in the ring at all. Earl just standing there. He's more there to make sure that both men can continue and call the match if one man goes down. As King Kareem on that apron drops a knee. We heard a thud. Kareem must have tagged his shoulder off that step when he was coming down. Tossing Bruiser back in. What's he doing? He's dragging him to the side of the apron for a second time. Drops those knees again. He is trying to break the ribs of Nick Bruiser here. Tossing him. Is he going for a trifecta? That's exactly what he's doing. Dropping that, looked like the knees again onto Bruiser 3 times in a row. Looks like he's going for it again. Could this be 4? He's set up. He's going 4 times in a row with that splash. Bruiser has got to be done. You see him there holding his ribs. Make sure we have medical on standby. Oh, look at the vicious headbutt. Nicky Bruiser coming out now. He is more pissed off than hurt, it looks like. That huge headbutt. After 4 apron splashes in a row, Bruiser somehow still mustering up a strength to toss Kareem around. I'm not sure if he can get him up. I wasn't sure if he's going to be able to keep Kareem up for that slam. Those ribs have got to be bruised. A 3 count. After that, King Kareem splash after splash on the apron, but somehow Nick Bruiser overcomes 4 of them and now picks up the win. Nick Bruiser victorious over King Kareem in their debut at HWA. In the ring we see now the dominant force of Ian Kingman taking on Tommy Wolf. Tommy Wolf is, I think, number 4 ranked. He took part in episode 2's Fatal 5-Way to pick up the first champion. He did not win that, but he is still ranked number 4. And Ian Kingman has been pissed off for being left out of that match and not being in the mix for a title shot yet, but he has picked up momentum and is now sitting at number 6 in the ranking, so he could be up there soon. Clubbing blow. Ever since, Ian Kingman has been basically just destroying every opponent that he's been in the ring with. Let's see if he can do the same to number 4 ranked Tommy Wolf in this one. Noah, I agree, but that's why, again, Nicky Bruiser has been a legend as Tommy Wolf springs off and he's up and over the top. That is what he needs to do to be able to pick up a ring against the flaming hot Ian Kingman right now. Needs to make it so Kingman doesn't get those massive hands on him. In East Coast, Noah, I believe you are number 8 at the moment. I'd have to go back and check, but I believe right now, after your victory over the number 1, basically over the huge victory you had over our champion Trey Jeter, I think that shot you up into number 8. But again, sir, I will have to check to make sure. I don't have the notes on it right here in front of me at the moment. From the get-go, the voting was done by the fans. That's how you ended up in the ranks that you were. And from there, we see everyone doing battle to jump and claim their spots and work their way up to the number 1. Tommy Wolf has King. Yeah, you had to have taken a huge jump after beating the champion. Some people say it was an upset, Noah. How do you feel about it? Do you think it was an upset, or did you feel confident that you were going to be a good fight for the champion? Tommy Wolf still in control of this one as he goes upstairs now. Here it is. He's going to go for the stomp. Misses. Kingman dives out of the way. But Tommy Wolf, well aware of who he's in that ring with, quick to hit him again with a move. Wise pin attempt, and he's still relentless. This is what makes Tommy Wolf so dangerous. He's highly skilled. He is lightning fast, and he is just vicious and relentless. And that is what he is going to need to do to pick up a win against this monster, Ian Kingman. It appears, is that blood that I'm seeing here on the forehead of Kingman now? To see if I can get a closer view, but it looks as though Kingman has been opened up here. I'm not sure if it was that DDT or the boot that we saw. And that's the finisher, the pop-up powerbomb. Tommy Wolf is done for 3 No! The ref is signaling that it was only 2. I counted 3 right there myself. Kingman thinks he has the win. He's celebrating. Finally realizes that the ref signaled that it was only a 2 count. Kingman pissed off about that count, and now he is showing his dominance here against Tommy. He is just rattling and hitting him with everything he has now. Tommy, with a huge display of strength, somehow manages to pick Kingman up. Tommy going for it again. Could this be the stomp once more? Kingman realizes that Wolf is up on the top. Looked like he wanted to go for that stomp, but instead he settled for a body splash to take Kingman back down, and he's right back up top. This is it. Here's the stomp. Kingman doesn't get out of the way from that one. A stomp on those ribs. Had to see that one again. That knocked the wind right out of Kingman. Kingman still feeling it, and as he has been slow to move since that stomp. Now where's Tommy going? Kingman is in a daze. Wolf up on that top rope again. A double drop kick right to the chest. Tommy Wolf is fired up. The Wolf is sensing blood. There it is. I believe Kingman is out cold, folks. Tommy Wolf knocking Kingman unconscious. And here, some of the highlights. There's that first stomp Tommy went for. Kingman missed it. This right here, that pop-up powerbomb, I thought it was a 3 count. Let's see if we can see in slow motion. It looked right there as if the ref hit his hand 3 times on the ring, but the ref then signaling that it was only a 2 count. Tommy Wolf basically having an extra man here. A 1-up, if you will, as I thought that was a 3 count. And this is that vicious stomp. That stomp right there is what took Kingman out. Kingman could not recover. Tommy Wolf at least keeping his number 4 rank as he is looking to make his way to take on our champion Colt Shields possibly. These two in the ring now. We've got Caleb Shaw taking on Loki, 2 heavy hitters. Caleb, their last match, was able to choke Loki out to pick up the win. This is the number 1 and the number 2 seed for our HWA West title right now. They're going for their number 1, basically the number 1 contendership, I think. Now the stipulation of this one, folks, is if Caleb Shaw wins this match, he goes on to face Colt Shields at Anarchy. But if Loki ends up picking up the victory, they have a tiebreaker at Anarchy. Well, it would be Shaw versus Loki Part 3. And I heard that Part 3 at Anarchy will be in a cell if it gets to that point. The Mastodon, Caleb Shaw, trying to wear the Sambo champion Loki down. James Sargent, thanks for checking in. CSWA, one of our sister shows, brother shows, whichever way you want to look at it. Caleb Shaw here has been in control since the beginning. On the bottom here, we see Shaw's manager. That is Jason Fury. Huge, imposing figure himself. I have yet to see him in the ring. Yeah, Noah, you definitely proved the critics wrong. That was a huge win. Some people say that you just took advantage of Trey Jeter being a little too cocky, but I mean, either way, you had the wherewithal to come in and hit that knee and take Jeter out. I know Trey wouldn't admit that you beat him fair and square, but it's kind of his fault that... Oh, a vicious... Did you see the explosiveness in that German suplex from Caleb Shaw, folks? Jesus, that snapped the back of Loki's neck right into the canvas here. Now some vicious elbow shots. And to answer your question, Noah, I'm not exactly sure yet. It hasn't been released there. Little by little, management has been releasing the matches individually. If you look at the page, maybe yours has been posted already. I'm not sure. Caleb's still in control. He's feeling it here tonight as he has been all over Loki. He knows what's at stake here. He's got a chance at a shot against Colt Shields at Anarchy if he can beat Loki. And that's what is exactly what he's aiming to do here. Loki opened up now. You can see the blood pouring over the eyes. Loki's got him in a choke. This is exactly where Loki wants him and exactly where Shaw does not want to be. Shaw breaks out of that. Loki is one of the best submission specialists that we have ever seen. He dominated this sport in Russia for years before coming to the States to fight professionally in the EFED world. Loki all fired up now. Drives Shaw's face into the ground, and that's a quick 3 count. Loki, after being at the wrong end for most of the match, ends up picking up the victory. So it will be Loki versus Shaw 3 in a cell at Anarchy. This is Matt 8-Star from 3-Dub, folks. What's Matt 8-Star doing out here?
Wow. Thank you. Well, who would have ever thought it was possible? A co-owner of Worldwide Wrestling standing in an HWA ring. Never say never, I guess. First of all, I want to thank Lee Jones and Eric Wiley for this amazing opportunity to work with HWA. And I am proud to announce that myself and Lee Jones have just inked the deal that will make Hybrid Wrestling Alliance the official home and host.
This is amazing. I've heard rumors, but
3-Dub developmental territory.
It's official. HWA. We are part of 3-Dub. That is news that I did not know that was coming down the pipe. That's a surprise to me. I don't even have that on my note card. I'm still kind of at shock here as Killswitch Joe, the one KSJ, makes his way to the ring, folks. After that huge news, HWA, the official developmental program of 3-Dub. 3-Dub does not have control, Noah. This is still a separate entity. The notes I have here just say that as people are needing to have a shot to see if they can get called up to 3-Dub, they will go through HWA first. HWA and the minor show Blackout. So don't worry, Noah. You do not have to partake in the 3-Dub show. You are welcome here as always, as here's our champion, the Shotgun, Colt Shields, making his way down. There's just something so natural about seeing Colt Shields with a championship belt around his waist. It just looks like this man is supposed to be a champion as he slams Killswitch to the ground. This one, folks, this could be a main event at anyone's pay-per-view. Colt Shields versus Killswitch Joe. Another rivalry that spans years and years across multiple E-Feds, mostly back through IWA and UCW. That's James Seal and Lewis C's territories. These two dominated those two shows for years, and now here they are, gracing HWA with a legendary battle here as Colt Shields with a slam. Don't count Killswitch out of this one, folks, as he comes around and we see a very aggressive and athletic swinging DDT. We knew that this one was going to be back and forth, both men knowing the other very well here. Both can dish out a lot of pain as well as take it. Basically, this one's going to come down to whoever makes the first mistake, which neither of them make very many of them. Kill switch whips Colt into the ropes. Who is this? Kingman's out here. What the fuck is Ian Kingman doing out here? Kingman's in the ring and he spears Kill switch. What? Colt has been disqualified. Kingman comes in here, spears Kill switch, and gets Colt disqualified. Cutscene, Ricky catches up to Blade, and they're going at it again backstage, folks. We have cameras live backstage as Ricky Armstrong tracked down Blade Wyatt, looking for a little redemption. Get some security back here before someone gets hurt. Ricky and Blade. Blade Wyatt smashes Ricky against a cement wall twice. Blade just smashes him through the locker room door here, folks. Where's security? Blade's got Ricky up now and power bombs him down onto the floor. That locker room floor. Apparently swings and misses Ricky here. Ricky has got to still be hurt from that beatdown they received earlier, but he went and seeked out Blade backstage. Ricky with a chair swings and he misses. Blade Wyatt gets... Oh, no, never mind. Ricky pounds him in the head with that chair now. I'm not sure how much was behind it after the beating that Ricky's taken so far. Ricky is hurt, folks. Blade Wyatt just tossing him around now. Ricky is dazed. Look at him. He doesn't know where he is. He's out cold on his feet, folks. Just dazed. Blade's saying something to Ricky as he's standing there. Not sure what it is, but he's got Ricky and bashes his face into the ground. I can't watch any more of that. Security is there now, breaking this fight up. They had to shut the cameras off because it has gotten way too bloody backstage. After that last shot we saw, that opened Ricky up, and he's got a huge gash going across the forehead. This one has been the Blade Wyatt Ricky Armstrong show from early on. What I'm curious of, if you remember back to the beginning, Dale Lee was seen shaking hands with Blade Wyatt right here backstage. And then you see the attack after the Alex Norton match. Now, Ricky Armstrong, a little bit of history. His manager for a long time has been Dale Lee. And now we see Dale shaking hands with Blade Wyatt before the show. Folks, we're going to have to stay tuned to get some answers here to see exactly what is going on. But we found out that Blade Wyatt is now the leader, or has been the leader of the Disciples. That is why they have been attacking Ricky over the last few episodes. And then we see Blade Wyatt shaking hands with Dale Lee. So it's seeming like at least that they are linked together somehow. And then a huge bomb was dropped as it's official. HWA is now the developmental league for 3-Dub, as Matt 8-Star himself, one of the two presidents of 3-Dub, made the announcement here live on our show. I've got the notes here now. The official statement is that Lee Jones and Eric Willie will maintain full control of the happenings in HWA, and they are in agreement that any wrestler from 3-Dub that needs more development, more airtime, can come down to HWA and have their chance to shine here on our show and on our Blacklist show. So basically it's going to be set up like 3-Dub is the major leagues. HWA will be like the AAA baseball team, and our Blackout show will be like double or single A. To me, that is a hell of a system, folks. So I'm interested to see exactly how this is going to work out between Lee, Eric, Drew, and Matt 8-Star. Thank you for those that tuned in. Noah, as always, young buck, hell of a fight you put on last match, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of your career unfold here at HWA.